Have you given yourself a time where statehood is concerned? That okay, I'm going to be this.
I've
this
given
is my
myself a
cutoff.
time for occupying the office that I currently occupy.
What is that time?
Leave that. That's between me and me and,
And
the Almighty.
And the Almighty.
Yeah.
Well, you're not answerable to the Almighty. There, you're
No,
answerable
I
to your people.
definitely am. Well, I mean, sure, but
the
at
people
the moment,
have put you
when
there.
yeah, I mean, when I have to tell the people, they will know.
So you're
but
saying
I'm not going to. I mean, I'm not going to give you sort of that.
You have
position
already given
where you will stand behind me with a stopwatch.
No, you've
saying
already
that-
given it. So you've already
No,
told us
I've
that
not told you. I mean, I've said there is a time. There is a finite timeline.
there's a finite timeline,
Yeah.
and that could very well be before your term ends. That's
Well,
why there is a timeline.
if it isn't before my term ends, then it's
Then it's not a
then it's a
timeline.
total waste of time.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is that you've given yourself a finite timeline.
If we don't get statehood,
If you don't get statehood.
yeah.
By next year then? Is there...
Now
by the,
stop. I mean, you're not going to get the answer. So you can
But I
find
can-
as many ways as you like to ask the question. And
Okay.
I will continue
Okay,
to...
okay, fine. I won't ask you the time frame of it. But what is the option? What is it? You're going to step down?
Again,
When the time comes, whenever that time is.
Exactly.
That is
So,
between you
I
and your maker. So when will you step down? Is that the...
what is the other option? I'm hardly going to step up.
Okay, so you will step down. I have to ask you this. I have to verbalize it.
I think when I tell you that if things continue the way they are, it is unlikely that I will be in this office when the term of this government ends. I think that is as clear as it can be.
All right, so that was the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister who had a rather honest, candid chat with me and practically stated that he has set himself a finite timeline if restoration of statehood does not happen where his state Jammu and Kashmir is concerned, then he will step down. He didn't give us when that time frame is, but is he issuing an ultimatum to the centre is the question we are asking our two panelists this evening. Joining me, R.S. Pathania, BJP MLA, Advocate Ifra Jan, spokesperson, National Conference, NC. I want to cut across to Irfa Jan first. And Irfa Jan, is there now an ultimatum by the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister that restores statehood, or else I step down? Of course, we don't know what that timing of stepping down is, but there seems to be an ultimatum that was issued.
You see, Ms. Preeti, there should have been no need for any such statements given the fact that the BJP government, top leaders of the BJP government had themselves promised both on the floor of the parliament and in the Supreme Court of India that they would restore the status of statehood to Jammu and Kashmir as soon as possible. Now, when that as soon as possible is, we don't know, because it's now been, It's now been 6 years since that has happened. But some questions, I would want to reframe this debate, because a lot of people ask this: when are you going to resign? Are you going to resign? There is a fundamental question I have, and which is, who does the onus of resignation lie on? Does the onus of resignation lie on somebody who has fulfilled every constitutional and democratic obligation, or does it lie on those who failed in theirs? Who is fulfilled the obligation and who has failed their obligations? Umar Saab has not failed any obligation. He was not the person who made any such comment in the Supreme Court of India. When the Solicitor General of India goes to the Supreme Court and he says, we cannot restore statehood because of attacks like Pahalgam, because of the law and order situation in Jammu and Kashmir, then the second question I would like to ask is, who does the law and order rest with? It rests with the honorable central government. So why is there this narrative of shame that is being crafted to in a way pressurize Umar Sahab and an elected government to resign by constantly asking, kab resign kar rahe ho, kyun nahi kar rahe ho? Does the shame lie on us? Does it lie on the elected?
And it's something that he said himself. What is the pressure on him? He could have said that I'm not, that there is no timeline. He himself said, I've set myself a timeline.
BJP government, unfortunately, in our country, uses every trick from their hat to ensure that opposition leaders are not allowed to work, whether it's the ED raids, whether it is conversion of union territories into conversion of full-fledged states into union territories, and then in a way making their working impossible. So it's not just Umar Saab who's now being asked to resign because he's just tired of how he's been made to work. You have to look at this as a larger pattern of how the BJP has ensured that no opposition chief minister in any ways is allowed to work. We see the Tamil Nadu bills which are lying with the governor for years, where the Supreme Court had to intervene. We see the ED raids, and now we see a situation where they refuse to let the UT elected government work.
I'm just going to cut across to Aris Patania. Okay, I'm going to cut across to Aris Patania, but I want to make it very clear because it was something that he said entirely. There was no pressure on him to confirm. It's a valid question to ask him whether he set himself a timeline on the basis of which, if he thinks that it wasn't worth his while, because he said he only fought that election on the basis of statehood being delivered. So, and he did say that he has himself set in a deadline of sorts. Now, he didn't give us what the time frame was, but I want to bring in the BJP MLA here, Mr. Aris Patania. Mr. Patania, the fact is, statehood was something that was promised and was to be delivered by the government. The Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister makes it very clear that was the promise on which an election was announced and fought. And after that, it's been now over a year, and yet the promise of statehood stands unfulfilled. You're practically forcing the hand of an incumbent chief minister who, for all practical purpose, is ruling without power where the state of Jammu and Kashmir is concerned.
Yes, Preeti, first of all, a very good evening to everybody on board. So, my point remains very small, very precise, very to the point, that politics of double-speak, duplicity and dubiousness, the traits of National Conference in Omar Abdullah. But the now,
Sir, there's an audio problem. Mr. Patania, there seems to be an audio problem. I want to cut across back to the NC spokesperson and Irfa, what seemingly the BJP MLA suggests that this is all double speak, where your party is concerned.
When it comes to, I actually laughed when he talked about double speak, when the word double speak comes from the BJP government, because nobody knows what it means to double speak better than the BJP. It is the BJP that on the floor of the parliament promised that they would restore the statehood, and we have not seen any signs of it yet. It's the BJP that on an affidavit that they submitted to the
it's been a tough year.
So
it's been a tough year where the state of Jammu and Kashmir is concerned. You've gone through Pahalgam, you've seen the series of drone attacks after that, and then you have seen floods in Jammu and Kashmir. You need a sense of security and stability to bring statehood back. That is the argument which has been given by the centre.
If that is the argument which is being given by the centre, let me respond to it. Number one, it's basically saying that it's Pakistan that will in a way decide when statehood will be given back to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It is not something we should be giving to Pakistan. It's not something Pakistan should be allowed to determine. It is this country, it is our forces, it is our constitution that should be allowed to determine these questions. And most importantly, it's the word of our Prime Minister in the Honorable Supreme Court of India and the Honorable Supreme Court of India's own judgment that should be allowed to determine when these things take place. Number two, they say Pahalgam has happened and terror attacks have happened. Please tell me, when the Pahalgam attack happened, who is responsible for law and order? So what we are saying here, just a second, what we are saying here is because the central government was in charge of the law and order situation when a terror attack like Pahalgam happened, therefore the central government should be allowed to stay in charge of security and law and order. I mean, you are basically telling the government
for the lack of a line right now with the BJP MLA, the PDP, Sajjad Lone, all call this a nicely orchestrated fixed match between the NC and the BJP, where both sides are comfortable and the public posturing continues.
You see, the PDP and Sajjad Lone both happen to be BJP allies. Both were a part of the BJP government in 2014. So for anybody to come and ask, I mean, I am ready to take this argument from anybody but not the 2014 allies of the BJP government when they call us allies. If we had to be allies
But
with
you've
the
been part
BJP
of
government,
you've been part of the NDA.
I think we have repeatedly
You've
said
been an
that
ally
there
of
were.
the BJP.
I think we were allies of Vajpayee's BJP. We've never been allies of Narendra Modi ji's BJP. A political party changes its ideology over time, and we've also seen how the BJP has changed its ideology over time. I mean, at one point, the National Conference was at loggerheads with the Congress. It's not at loggerheads with the Congress now. I mean, it was the Congress that used to bring down our governments. That's not the situation
Okay.
right now. So political parties change, ideologies change. But I want to come back to the question of statehood. When they say, oh, we can't give statehood because Pahalgam, I think the question we should be asking is which government is controlling law and order? And do we basically give
Okay.
an incentive to the same
All right,
government?
Irfan, I think we have the BJP spokesperson back, the BJP MLA. Let me bring back Mr. Pathania if his line is fine. Mr. Pathania, these were all promises that were made that need to be delivered. Like I asked you, you're forcing the hand of an incumbent chief minister who was promised statehood, and that was on the basis on which he fought an election and has been now ruling without power for 1 year.
Preeti, my point remains that governance cannot be hostage to such a melodrama. National Conference has been elected to power. They need to decode the moral, ethical, and political impulse of Jammu and Kashmir. But fact remains that this government is a non-starter till yet. None of the guarantees which they promised in the manifesto they are able to fulfill. Even daily governance they are not able to do. There had been a very, very harmful, very, very record that landslides and rains have lashed Jammu and Kashmir. They are not able to give relief to the people. They are not able to give 5 marlas of land to the people, to the houseless people. So my very sweet and a simple suggestion to National Conference remains that you please govern, you come on. These tantrums, these gimmickry window dressings or shadow boxing won't yield any result. Had they be able to yield something, Jammu and Kashmir by now would have turned into a happy oasis of a state. So where is the question about statehood? I always say on local channel, on everywhere, and on the floor of the assembly also, that Jammu and Kashmir is a state. Jammu and Kashmir shall remain a state. Once the Prime Minister, once the Home Minister, from the ramparts of the Red Fort, from the podium of the Lok Sabha, they have assured the nation and the people of Jammu and Kashmir again and again that Jammu and Kashmir shall come a state. So, but the point remains that when the time will come, that time will also surely
Will that happen?
come.
When will that
security
happen?
and stability are two paramount considerations for Jammu and Kashmir. And everybody understands that during this intervening period also, not
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that.
Not Bharatiya Janata Party said.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I appreciate both of you for joining us. Thank you there.